Hello, boys and girls. It is Fido Day 30, Math, Monday, May 4th. Today, we are going to be seeing Am I Ready for Chapter 12? We're going to work on book pages 889 and 890. We're also going to go through and number our vocabulary card pages together. And we're going to do a review of geometry vocab from last year. So let's get started, shall we? I'm on page 889 at the top, 889. If you need to pause it, go ahead and pause it to get your book. On numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4, we're going to be counting the number of angles and the number of sides. So let's get started on number 1. Top and bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. When I think about angles, I think about the corners. See the corner? Right there, 1, 2, 3, 4 corners. On number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 angles. Notice how the sides and the angles are equal. That's true for all polygons. Let's go down to number 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles. And number 4. 1, 2, 3 sides. 1, 2, 3 angles. Take a look at that. Let's go down and answer numbers 5, 6, and 7. Which side appears to have the same length as AD? Well, here's AD right here. And the side of this rectangle that appears to have the same side is BC. So we're going to say side BC. And on number 6, at which point do AB and BC meet? So here's AB going from A to B. And here's going from B to C, and you'll see they meet right here at that corner, and that corner is point B. And number 7, we're going to draw a triangle where all 3 sides are equal. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you can try to make it perfect. Try to draw 2 sides that are equal like that, and then connect them with the 3rd side of the triangle. And then the way that you show that you want these to be equal is you put a 1 mark on each side that's equal. So those marks say this side equals this side equals this side equals this side. And that's what Kai's triangle would look like. We're moving over to page 890. We're looking at the top here, and you might see that it's erased. That's because this is it's my 3rd take, but that's okay. Up at the top, you'll see there's vocabulary words. 2 of these vocabulary words are very general geometric shapes. The 2 that are very general are the angles and the lines. So in this box, we're going to write the word angles because there's 3 types of angles up there. And in this box, we're going to write lines because there's only 2 types of lines up there in that vocabulary list. Let's find the 3 angles. There's an acute angle. There is obtuse angle. And there is right angle. And the 2 that are left, parallel and perpendicular, those are types of lines. Go ahead and take the time to write those in now. And then you'll see what I did is I drew arrows down. I didn't get an arrow from perpendicular, but I'm going to right now, into this bottom box. In this bottom box, they want us to draw examples of these. So an acute angle looks an awful lot like a V. Or like the peace sign, you know? Okay, but it can also be tilted kind of on its side like this. So be very wary of that. It could be tilted the other way too, like that. okay? But it always looks like a V. It always looks like the letter V. And an obtuse angle, it looks really, really wide, boys and girls. Almost like you sat on this like something really heavy got put on top of this angle up here and squashed it down. It wouldn't be you guys because you're not very heavy. I always think of it as like the hang loose, and I even drew the lines here. Hang loose sign, that's something that surfers do a lot. They say, hang loose, man, which means like chill out. But if you look at that, it's really wide apart and it looks like an obtuse angle. A right angle looks exactly like the letter L, a perfect letter L. But again, it can be different directions. It can even be turned completely upside down. You can always turn your book to see if you think it's an L or a right angle. Parallel lines are like railroad tracks, and the way that I always have remembered that is see the two L's in the word parallel. They actually are parallel lines. They can also go side to side, just so that there's an equal distance between them. And perpendicular lines are actually what make right angles. Perpendicular lines are lines that cross and then they make the letter L. See how those cross and they make the letter L there. Okay. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to number the next few pages in our book because they're not numbered. So right here, the page that has cube at the bottom, I want you to write down 891 on that page. On the back of that page, I want you to write 892. On the next page that ends with obtuse triangle, that's 893. On the back of that page is 894. On the next page, rectangular polygon, we're going to number that 895. On the back of that, it's 896. On the one that ends in unit cube, it's 897. On the back of that, it's 898. On the one that only has vertex and volume, it's 899. On the back of that, where there's only two cards at the top, it's 900. On the next one, the green page that says My Foldable Octagon, Hexagon, Pentagon, that's 901. And on the back of that, it's 902. And then you'll see the very next page is 903. They did number that one. Go ahead and stop the video and find Fido Day 30 Part 2. I'm going to go over a few vocabulary terms with you from last year.